Hey again, everybody, and welcome to the Wildcat Chat for this week. Unfortunately, the Louisiana Christian University Wildcats suffer their first loss of the season. A long road trip to surprise Arizona ends up in a 27-24 defeat, the Wildcats' first loss of the season, and breaking a 13-game winning streak. But still a lot of prominent goals ahead, and joining us to talk more about that is the head coach of the LCU Wildcats, Coach Maddox. And Coach, it is such a long trip to go there. You guys played a great game, but just came up a little bit short, literally by inches on a fourth down play that decided the game.
Yeah, it was that's why you coach, that's why you play to play in big games like that and in far off places, and it was just a play or two here, and that's the difference between us and them. And so, anyways, I was proud of our guys, proud of the way we handled the trip. That's a 1,200-mile trip or whatever. And then we did over a couple days span and all that. So proud of the way they handled the trip, proud of the way they came out and played, proud of the way that, like you said, right until the very end, we had some injuries during the game, and really we had some guys that were freshmen and some other guys that just stepped up and played really well. I mean, they played really well. So there was a bunch of positives to take away from it, and I know our team doesn't want to hear that so much, but there really was. So I think it'll help us down the road when we go make another trip, maybe in a week or two.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I said, the game came down to the last play on a 4th and 6, and you got about 5 3/4 and just coming up a little bit short. What did you tell the team afterward as far as, with their goals and what they still have in place moving ahead?
Yeah, they're all in front of them. That was the thing. Like, guys, if we went out, we're still co-conference champions, and that'll be the first time we've ever had a conference championship here in football. And so all of our goals are in front of us, and that's what we got to take it as, and go from there. So I was proud of them, and keep playing, keep trucking, and let's try to get better.
It was a game in which it was going back and forth, but it seemed like you were always chasing them. That's a little different position for you. How does that affect you as far as the way you run your offense, or even the way you have to approach things defensively when you're behind like that?
We just kept playing. Like, there wasn't no time where we stepped away from our game plan. Mm-hmm. So we just kept playing. Even later in the game, even that last couple of drives, we had kind of decided how we were going to attack. And if you watch that drive, you can kind of figure out with the back and all that. But we just did what we knew would be good against what they did, and did our best to do that. Defensively, Coach Anders made some great adjustments after halftime. To give them a different picture and a different look, and to be honest with you, they played really good to get us back in the game. We were down 20 to 10, and they had all the momentum. And we came out after that first drive, and we went backwards 3 plays in a row, I think. So now they got even more momentum, and we kind of put out the fire over there on defense. So I was proud of how they responded after not a very good first quarter of the game, or first half really of the game. And so they did well, and offensively they did really well too. We just few things here and there, that we got to get better at.
When you talk about the defense in the second half, I think Ottawa only had one really big play.
They did.
But other than that, you really shut them down.
Yeah, they had one big play, and you wish you could take it back, but you can't. And so that's the way it is. They busted us on one big play, and that was about all for them in the second half offensively. And we moved the ball well, and the whole game on offense. We really did. We just had a lot of long drives. It's really hard to go 90-something yards on good teams like that. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like we did that more times than not. And the few times we had good field position, we scored. And so, anyways, that's something we got to look at and try to get better at.
You mentioned injuries, any long-term injuries, and the freshmen that came in. Who were some of those guys that you felt like really stepped up?
So Mark Dennison came in and did a good job. Sammy Feaster was out after the first quarter. And so we're still getting all the reports on those guys and how long and what it's going to be and all that. So
that's a huge loss, because that's been pretty much the primary weapon for Sal.
One of our guys, especially a guy that can kind of spread the field a little bit and stretch it, I should say. But Mark came in and did a great job. I mean, he's the freshman that caught that ball at the end, and he's fighting and trying to get first down and all that. And so he did a great job, and blocking too. He'll go block. And then we had Caden Lilo came in, had to come in a little bit and play some guard for us, and because Xavier was down, our starting right guard, and so we were already down Ryan Richard going into the game, so we had already had to make some adjustments up front. So towards the end there, it was tight, but we had some guys step up and play well, Lakeelan Bogier was out as well. So we had to have, Tyrese Ellis came in, did a great job, but we had Ted Jameson and another freshman that played a whole lot in that game. And he's been playing this year, but he played a whole lot. Amar Lewis and those guys kind of came in and helped out. They stirred it up. They didn't run the ball. That was the number 2 rush offense in the country, and they didn't run the ball very well on us. So those guys did well. So
yeah. So you take the positives, the 24-hour rule in place.
Yep.
So you move on and get ready for the next game. So it's homecoming week, and Southwest Assemblies of God University will be your opponent, 2 o'clock on Saturday. How's practice been this week after the long road trip and getting ready for this?
Yeah, so I gave them off Monday. I mean, we didn't get home until 9 p.m. on Sunday night.
Wow.
And so I think the players, I got home at 9:30 p.m. and I was in the vehicle in front of them. So I don't think they got home until 10:30 or so. And so, anyways, so we gave them off Monday. We just took that as a day, try to get our bodies, even us as coaches, we couldn't think. I couldn't think the next day. So I'm not trying to scheme someone up on Monday because I couldn't think. So, so we kind of pushed the day, and I'm just going to take a day off of it, and because I felt like that was the best thing to do. So we took a day off this week, and we'll try to get it back on the back end, but we really won't. We're just going to miss. We're going to be down a day. It is what it is. We knew that was going to happen, but we're so deep into the season right now that most of the guys know what they're supposed to do.
Right.
So this morning and tomorrow will be all SAGU stuff, and we'll be trying to fit and scheme all their stuff, but we should be good with our stuff, and then it's just what stuff that we have that is good against them. And so, anyways, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, SAGU, a team that defeated you last year in your opening game. And I mean, just think about how much your team has grown and improved since that game to where we are right now.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal. Those guys were good. We haven't beaten them. I mean, we haven't beaten them, and they, put out a nice little thing at the end of last year that I showed the guys, or told the guys about, the little baby getting spanked, and the baby was us after that, and they put it on their Twitter page. So it's like, hey guys, y'all hadn't, I know that we just lost this game to, a big opponent, and we wanted to win it and all that, but everything's still in front of us, and you're playing a team at homecoming that you've never beaten, and that really rubbed it in your face last year pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I hope that we can get up. I hope that I get it. I told them this morning that I feel tired too. But at the end of the day, we got to get up and we got to go. And there'll be other times in their life where they'll feel tired, and they got to get up and they got to go. Anybody that's got a newborn baby can tell you that, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's why football is important, and that's why it matters. But anyway, so we're going to have to go and play an opponent that's good enough to beat us. So we better play. So
yeah. Plus homecoming too.
It's homecoming, and we hadn't lost here.
Right.
The streak, and that's the streak now. We hadn't lost here, I think, since September 21. So I don't know how many, 11 or 12, 13 games at home or whatever, too. So, and that's another thing. You don't want to be the team that lets that down. You don't want to be the team that the first time someone gets beat in Pineville in a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. So again, 2 o'clock on Saturday, it'll be the homecoming game. The Wildcats facing Southwest Assemblies of God University. We hope that you guys can come out and check out the game on Saturday. Coach, always good to catch up with you, and we got bigger things ahead.
Yep. No, I still love this team, and I think really at the end of the day that this past week and moving forward will be it'll see where we're at as a program. To be honest with you, it really will. We just showed that we can play with one of the best teams in the country that's been to the playoffs, and they're nationally ranked every year at their place. And so now let's see if we can shake back after a hard one and solidify our chance to win a conference championship.
Sounds good. That is Cat Chat for this week with head coach Drew Maddox. Appreciate you guys being with us. Thank you, Coach, as well.
Yes, sir. Calls up.